very good evening. Welcome to Bizworld. The first story of the day. Malayan banking Berhad posted 2.05 billion ringgit net profit in the first quarter ended March 31st, up 13.3% from 1.81 billion ringgit in the same period last year. Revenue soared to 13.22 billion ringgit from 12.98 billion ringgit previously. The country's largest bank by assets said its net fund-based income grew marginally by 0.9%, while net operating income increased to 6.72 billion ringgit. The group's Islamic banking business continued to perform strongly, with pre-tax profit climbing up 10.4% to 990.1 million ringgit. Its Atiqa insurance and Takaful businesses saw an 8.5% rise in total net adjusted premium on the back of a 13.3% increase in total life and family premium. Sime Darby Berhad, meanwhile, recorded a net profit of 115 million ringgit in the third quarter ended March 31st, 2020. The figure is down 15.8% from 222 million ringgit recorded in the same period a year ago. The decline was mainly due to the recognition of a deferred tax credit of 129 million ringgit arising from the change in real property gains tax rates in Malaysia. Revenue slipped to 8.43 billion ringgit versus 8.56 billion ringgit previously. Meanwhile, Axiata Group Berhad has posted a lower net profit of 188.1 million ringgit in the first quarter ended March 31st, 2020. Its net profit in the first quarter was 74% lower against 725.16 million ringgit in the same period last year. However, revenue rose to 6.04 billion ringgit from 5.95 billion ringgit. Palm oil prices in the market are expected to strengthen following India's move to resume importing Malaysian palm oil. Plantation Industries and Commodities Minister Datuk Muhammad Khairuddin Aman Razali said the Indian government's move to discontinue its import sanction on refined palm oil and the Malaysian government's willingness to close the trade gap helped to boost palm oil imports by the country. Another factor which contributed to the increase in imports is the crude palm oil's market price, which has fallen below the threshold for Malaysia's export duties. Diplomatic relations between both countries have also improved, with contracts for palm oil purchases for June and July 2020. Yesterday, palm oil trading in the local stock exchange surged 47% to 66,427 lots. The nation's oil palm industry provides incomes for close to 500,000 smallholders, including around 258,000 independent smallholders. Foreign holdings of Malaysian bonds contracted 2 billion ringgit in April, compared with the 12.3 billion ringgit drop in the preceding month. RAM Rating Services Berhad said the raft of global and domestic liquidity boosting measures in April appeared to have managed to assuage investors' fears while stabilizing market sentiment. It said April still represented the third consecutive month of outflows as foreign investors' appetite for emerging market assets remained constrained by heightened global uncertainties amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign investors' less downbeat sentiment has also alleviated the upward pressure on yields. Looking ahead, RAM said bond yields still face downside pressure as recent measures broadening the usage of MGS and MGII to meet SRR should support demand for government bonds. Expectations of further OPR cuts in the second half of 2020 should also keep domestic bond yields in check. That's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Arif Subhan, and I would like to wish all the Muslim viewers a Selamat Berbuka Puasa.